I was assailed by both the exhausting relief that nothing had happened today and the tiring possibility that the same thing repeating tomorrow. But deep down inside me, far beneath in the recesses of my heart, achingly, I knew this would be the last day of this cycle. I couldn't tell how the ending would be. Are we getting some fourth wall breaking stuff here? Whether it would end as I wish it to end, or if it would end as I hoped it wouldn't. Regardless, in my current state, there was nothing more important than how things would end. There was something I wanted to know. Why did I have to be killed? How did it come to this? Why? For what purpose? The sunlight was relentless. The sun, the heat, even the air. They wouldn't give me my answers. Or could it be the cries of the Higurashi were desperately trying to tell me something? Somewhere, mixed in with their shrieks, Tomitake-san and Satoshi were also probably trying to tell me something. I simply hadn't been able to realise it yet, because I don't understand the language of insects. When I realise it, I wonder if I will be amongst the Higurashi fruitlessly crying to the next victim. Glancing down at my feet, I saw a Higurashi on its back, spasming weakly. There was still much of the summer left, yet this one was already chirping its last song. I couldn't tell what it was saying, no matter how hard I listened. But I had to try. I had to try to listen to what it was desperately trying to tell me. Okay, now these are the ramblings of a madman. At that moment, the shrills of the Higurashi ceased all at once. As if they huddled together, fearing that the person who brought them to their dreadful fate had arrived. There was no mistaking it, a presence was approaching. The sound of footsteps was almost non-existent. If the Higurashi hadn't warned me by ending their chirping, I wouldn't have noticed. The exhaustion left me in a heartbeat. In its place was a rush of adrenaline that sharpened all of my senses. I was just barely able to hold back that creeping, suffocating feeling of horror. It wasn't something that I could hold back for long, but in this moment, when I needed to be razor sharp, I was able to retain my composure. I wasn't going to shout like I did yesterday. I hid myself calmly amongst the trees, waiting for my pursuer's shadow. Did I get them to pass me by? No, since I was able to hear their footsteps, they were probably able to hear mine. They might have already been able to tell that I had hidden myself and was holding my breath. The person tailing me, was it Rena? Just like yesterday? If it was Rena, I wouldn't hold back. I could just yell at her and make her go ahead like yesterday. But if it wasn't Rena, it would depend on how they acted, I guess. The footsteps ambled closer. I swallowed, wiped my clammy hands on my pants, and readjusted the grip on the bat. I could tell that the fear that I had just beaten back once was now just waiting for another opening to come at me. Who could it be? I peeked out from behind the tree at the person following me. Hey, it is Rena. My imagination hadn't led me astray. It was Rena. There was a bit of relief as I realised it was someone I knew, and that feeling left me in an instant. This wasn't the same Rena that I knew. Oh yeah, there we go. Her eyes were dark and lifeless, but her mouth appeared as it was carved into a crescent. Yes, it looked like she was grinning slightly. And her right hand was an axe. I hid myself behind the tree once again and recalled the unbelievable sight I just saw. What was that just now? The embodiment of terror laid bare. Baseball, practicing my swing, with a ton of excuses for me to be carrying a bat. But for that axe, there was no excuse for that. An axe, just like that. Keiichi-kun, are you playing hide and seek, I wonder? My heart was pounding, hard enough that I had trouble breathing. What little composure I had been able to hold on to was now crushed. In its place, a cold sweat gushed forth, covering my entire body, letting me know precisely what kind of emotion had taken hold. Not good, not good, not good. I wasn't able to hide myself completely. You already knew I was here. Were you trying to scare me, I wonder? I decided that it would be better to reveal myself now, since there was little space between us, than to allow Rena to come any closer. Since there was still space between us, than to allow Rena to come any closer. I adjusted my grip on the bat again, readying myself mentally, and stepped out from behind the tree. I found you, Keiichi-kun. Rena was pleased that she found me, eliciting a mysterious giggle. Her mouth was smiling, but her eyes told me she was displeased by the fact that I had been hiding. Those eyes, they were just so empty. My legs began to quiver. Not good. In the pit of my stomach, some sort of viscous, hot and cold substance began spreading around. If I allowed it, that substance would slip into my bloodstream and undoubtedly freeze all my organs in my body. Not good, not good. Also, that is a really weird description. I'll be devoured by Rena at this rate. Strike back, don't lose. What is it? I blustered, hiding behind my bravado. But Rena didn't flinch one bit. Just the same as Keiichi-kun. I'm heading home. What about that axe? Then what about that bat you're holding? Nice retort. I'm practicing my swing. And I'm treasure hunting. And I gave a flippant explanation as to why she had such a fearsome weapon. Treasure hunting? We've been through this before, Keiji. You know, at a at a treasure site. At the treasure mountain near the dam site, I found a new cute thing, so I needed this to dig it out. How could I believe that? You wouldn't believe it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't believe it, would you? Rena's laugh was so obviously strange. I'd seen Rena's transformation many times before, but the one today was completely different. Like a mischievous tone and the shrewd glint in her eyes. It wasn't something that was roundabout. I'm not sure what to say, it was just so obvious. Wait, Keiichi-kun. Oh, that's too... There's too many laughing segments. Rena didn't stop walking, even as she let out that eerie laugh. Whenever Rena got too close, I would scurry away and turn back towards her. This cycle repeated over and over. No matter how you looked at it, I was being chased by Rena and trying to escape. Don't follow me. I can't do that. My house is this way after all. When I met with Rena on this road yesterday, she was cowering and trembled as she followed my commands. But today was different. Rena didn't show a hint of trepidation. Actually, wasn't I the one who was cowering? Funny how the roles are swapped over, isn't it? If the way home for Rena and me was the same, that's fine. I just changed my route. That'd work out, wouldn't it? I turned onto a side street I'd never been down and knew little about. But Rena saw me do that and followed me while laughing. Why? Why? Aren't you going home? then just go down the street you normally do. Why? Why would you follow me down this weird little side road? Those thoughts screamed in my head, eventually spilling out of my mouth. But why are you following me? The tone of my voice was already tinged with terror. Because I want to talk to Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-kun wants to talk to Rena too, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I don't want to talk about anything with you. That's a lie, isn't it? There's something you want to ask me about, isn't there? Not at all. I have nothing to talk to you about. That's a lie, isn't it? It's not a lie. Lies. And a scream echoed and startling some nearby birds into flight. I cringed in fear. The only other thing I could do was increase my pace. Let's talk, Keiichi-kun. Talk. Why was I running down this unfamiliar deserted street? Doesn't Keiichi-kun have something he's worried about? Nothing at all. I'm not worried about anything at all. Lies. Even though I was running, even though Rena was walking, why wouldn't I get any further? I know, I really do know. You're scared, aren't you, Keiichi-kun? I'm not scared. I'm not scared of anything. Lies. Oh god, how many times do I have to laugh? I'll just do it half-heartedly, how about that? My breathing grew heavy, and it felt like my legs were giving out from beneath me. You haven't slept for like a while as well, so doesn't help. Also, the amount of swing you done, your like fitness, you're just very fatigued right now, is what I would say. Rena wasn't even breaking a sweat. I'll listen. This time, I'll listen. I had no idea what she was talking about, or what exactly she wanted to do. This time I'll listen. It'll be different from the time with Satoshi-kun. When she said Satoshi's name, I turned back for a moment. Even as I did that, Rena was still advancing. I couldn't afford to stop. Satoshi-kun was worried too. It looked like he was having such a hard time. But I didn't listen. I was so sad. Where did this street connect to? All these twists and turns, ups and downs. It was hard to believe that this was even remotely in the direction towards my house. I don't believe that it is. My sense of direction had long since gone out the window. I really regretted it when Satoshi transferred out. I thought that I had listened. He may not have transferred out. I really regretted that. I wonder if she's doing air quotes. The road led me deeper into the forest. Fun. Once I get further away from the village, the more I ran, I lost more and more of my composure the more I thought about it. But despite this realization, my inner self was still disturbingly calm. So you see, I vowed if there was someone struggling like Satoshi-kun did, I'd save them. I don't want to see anyone transfer out again. Damn it. What does transfer even mean? I won't let you transfer me. I won't end up the same as Satoshi. Come on, Keiichi-kun, talk to me. I'll be able to understand you, Keiichi-kun. I'm your ally. I started wheezing, out of breath. My lungs were so hot they felt like they were going to explode, and my heart was beating so hard as it possibly could. So I should have practiced running instead of my swing. You gotta do some leg days. You can't just all spend it on arm day. I couldn't even afford to scoff at that stupid thought. If Keiichi-kun doesn't have anything to worry about, he'll go back to normal. Everyone will be back to being friends and we'll enjoy club activities again. Next time we'll team up and beat Mi-chan. There are too many laughing segments there. Yeah, how much fun that would be. Rena couldn't even imagine how much I wish I could turn back the clock on these past few days. You could be nice to me again too. I want to go searching for treasure again. This time I'll prepare a nice lunch. Actually, we could just go, right now. We're actually quite close to the dam from here. Let's go to the dam site together. I'll show you the cute thing I just found. I'm sure you'll like it too. My footsteps made pathetic flapping sounds as my legs wobbled and faltered. Onto my heels, Rena's steps were sharply breaking twigs underfoot. I had to accept it. I was on the run, being chased by Rena. She caught me. It was all over. I realized it instinctively. I couldn't even begin to think of what the end would entail. Just that if I was caught, it was all over. That was all I knew. It didn't matter how it was going to end. I wouldn't let it end. Not without knowing anything. Not yet. That momentary lapse was all it took. Of all the things that could have happened, my legs buckled underneath me. The text is wobbling as well. And I crumbled towards the ground. Oh, never mind, stop now. I tried to stand frantically, urging my legs to respond. I used my bat as a makeshift cane to prop myself up, but Rena was already standing in front of me. Hi Rena, hey! Compared to me, out of breath and utterly exhausted, Rena was so cool and composed that she could have froze the air around her. She wasn't breathing hard at all, rather, I couldn't even sense if her heart was even beating. Are you afraid of something, I wonder? It's not like you to tremble, Keiichi-kun. Her expression looked almost affectionate. Those soulless eyes, that mask of affection. As she admonished me for trembling, Rena's hand deftly slipped over my head. The blur of arms as they moved made me feel as if I was staring at the godliness of the thousand-armed Buddha. As both her hands met above my head, the axe that she held came into focus. I stared at it in disbelief. It was all I could do. Tell me, what happened to Satoshi? Rena stayed like that with the axe raised above her head and solemnly opened her mouth. It was as she was expressing a farewell to a friend she was never to see again. That cruel scenario resided somewhere in her actions. I told you, Satoshi-kun. Transferred. Out. Enough of that transfer crap. It means demon away, doesn't it? Doesn't it? You can tell me now, can't you? Who made Satoshi disappear? Was it you, Mion? Or someone in the village? Answer me. I became frantic the more I screamed, but Rena did nothing but maintain the same frozen smile on her face. I have no idea what Keiichi-kun is talking about, and I'll say it in a way you do. Who is the perpetrator of this chain of mysterious deaths? You seem to be confused, Keiichi-kun. Also, our vision is growing progressively more red. What? There is no human perpetrator. Everything is by Oyashiro-sama's will. Isn't Oyashiro-sama's curse just a superstition? You believe in that too? It's not about believing or not. Oyashiro-sama exists. Period. Boy, this has gone. Our vision has gone full red. Full red now. Rena's gaze grew even more gelid. The ferocity of her state was so intense, not allowing me to question anything. There's just no way that something like Oyashiro-sama could exist. You don't believe me? In Oyashiro-sama? There's no way I could believe it. There's no way it could even exist. It exists. Oyashiro-sama exists. Keiichi-kun should have felt it personally. I never felt anything like that. Keiichi-kun, haven't you felt like someone apologizing to you before? Constantly on top of that. All noise from the outside world disappeared. Only Rena's voice resounded loudly and terribly. You see, until you forgive them, they'll always be with you. At school, at home, at your bedside. I couldn't understand what Rena was saying. It came to me too. Oyashiro-sama did. That's why I transferred and came back to Hinamizawa. I don't understand. I don't understand. What does transfer even mean? What was Rena saying? Hasn't Oyashiro-sama come to you as well, Keiichi-kun? I'm probably the only one you could confide in. I won't let you transfer out. Okay? Oh god. Please let that know for me to Rena's demented laughter clanged around inside my head. Was Rena saying Oyashiro-sama came to her as well? That's right. Last night I heard about that when I asked about Rena.